Genuinely, how is anybody affording life right now in Ontario? Like, I've always known that I wanted to leave Canada.
You live in Canada. You work 2 jobs. Why are you so broke? That's easy. I spend all my money on coke and man whores. What else did you expect?
Don't come to Canada. Listen, I know that everybody back home is shouting that Canada is the dream, Canada is the dream. But you see, I'm going to be honest with you on this video.
Yep. So in today's video, we see Canadians and even new immigrants in Canada. Some of them are regretting their move to Canada, while we have some that are yet to come to Canada, still dreaming about it, still romanticizing the idea. And then we have people that have actually already come and they're literally trying to go back and they're regretting their decision to come here. So we're going to be taking a look at that today. I want to get your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. Do you currently live in Canada? Are you planning to move to Canada?
Genuinely, how is anybody affording life right now in Ontario? Like, I've always known that I wanted to leave Canada at some point, but these days it's more and more brain fart, sorry. These days it's just more and more on my brain every single day that I wake up. I'm just really hating it here. The weather is shit. We barely see the sun, and when it does come out, it's still not warm. We get hot weather for 3 months out of the year, if we're lucky, 4.5 or 3.5. Groceries are the cost of your mortgage or your rent. Mortgage and rent are extremely high. Then you have to pay for car insurance. And then you have to pay for a car payment if you don't own your vehicle. Then you got to pay expensive ass utilities. And people say, oh, well, you have free health care. But realistically, I would rather pay for freaking health care at this point, because nobody has a family doctor here.
That's correct, right? I mean, but I just want to add one thing though, right? Like, I don't know of any country in the world right now that is not going through similar times, right? I think it's a universal issue. It's not just to Canada, but I do hear her on like the fact that it gets really dark here. Canada is one of those countries that you kind of have to accept it. You kind of have to get used to that idea to actually enjoy it. You need to enjoy the cold. You need to enjoy the winter. So the advice I'll give newcomers coming here is embrace it. Embrace the culture here. Get into winter sports. If it's ice skating, downhill skiing, cross-country skiing. Of course, those are very expensive, right? So maybe cross-country skiing is a little bit more accessible, right? But you need to get out of the house, because that is, when you're inside of your house, it's easier to get into a depression. Like, get out into nature, and that is free, right? You can get out in nature. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to pay any money. Just get out in nature and actually enjoy your environment. So that is how I've been able to make Canada more bearable for me, because I am a firm believer that the grass is greener where you water it. So I don't think it's a matter of running somewhere else. Every country has its own unique problems.
Don't come to Canada if you think that life here is automatically easy, because it is not. Canada is not the land of instant money. If you are not ready to work, sometimes 2 or 3 jobs, there's a possibility that you might struggle. Some people are getting away with it with 1 job, but there is a possibility that you might. People don't really post that part on Instagram. Don't come if you think that your Niger degree and experience will automatically open doors for you. Here in Canada, you might have to go back to school, college or university, start from scratch, or even take survival jobs that will begin to humble you. Imagine somebody that is coming from Nigeria as a manager in Lagos, but once you enter Canada, begin to wash plates or stand in the cold, delivering pack.
Right, that's something else that we hear. We have a lot of doctors, pharmacists, nurses that come here from Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian, so I know this. And while I understand that, like, you want to just easily transfer your qualifications, you need to understand that it's a different barrier. Like, it's a different, like a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a different standard, right? So it's not like to knock on your academic prowess from where you're coming from. It's just that Canada has different standards. And that is why it's a first world country, right? So she's right to be giving people a heads up, because a lot of people, they are very shocked. They feel kind of like they got slapped in the face because back home you're like a medical doctor, but now in Canada they won't let you practice, right? So I think this is good heads up to let people know the reality. It's like, you're not gonna come in here and lay your hands on a patient. You know what I mean? And I think rightly so, right? Because we don't know how you got your degree. So rightly so, to be honest, rightly so.
Or even work in production companies. See, don't come to Canada if you hate bills. In Nigeria, you can patch life sometimes, but you see in Canada here, rent, tax, phone, insurance, electricity, they will follow you every single month without fail. And you know what? If you miss payment, your credit score will suffer, and that is another headache on its own. Don't come to Canada if you cannot handle loneliness. Winter here is not beans. Not saying that you can't cope, but it gets dark by 4 p.m. in the winter, freezing cold, and sometimes you don't have family around. Not to mention that people here in Canada, they keep to themselves.
Winter is coming.
And unfortunately, our Nigerian people have adopted that style of living.
Yeah, it's true. All right, like I'm Nigerian. I remember coming here, and then like my first winter, it was pretty depressing, right? Because it does get dark really, really early. But it takes some getting used to. So my advice is just hang in there. Like your first year is definitely going to be harder, right? But as time goes by, you'll see that Canada is not so bad. And for any of you that are thinking of leaving your country, understand that if just leaving your country and moving to Canada or moving to the US or UK is not going to automatically make all your problems that you have in your current country go away. Because there's one thing that you're going to move with, and that is yourself. So if you have a low work ethic and then you move here or to the West, that is still on you, right? So just automatically moving to Canada doesn't solve that problem for you. And chances are that if you have a high work ethic, then you are probably better off here. Because in my opinion, like having lived in Nigeria and lived here, I'll tell you that if you're a hardworking person, you're better off here than in Nigeria. Regardless of even if you don't have to, you can get away with taxes or not paying them in Nigeria. You know what? Pay those taxes and you'll still be better off here in the West than in Nigeria. Because in my opinion, Nigeria is one of those countries where it is who you know, and it's just all about like, and please don't take me the wrong way, right? But it's who you know, corruption a lot of times, and then a lot of people that are deserving of the positions don't usually get it because they don't know the right people. Whereas here is a little bit more of a meritocracy, where you have someone like myself who didn't know anybody, graduated from university, and was able to literally work my way into the industry without knowing anybody here in Canada. So this is just my own 2 cents. I want to get your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. Be sure to give this video a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.